and the rest of the world that you want us to cover. This video or live session right now is for me and you to interact and to update, because there's a lot of things happening at the market at the moment. So yeah, and then my view on things would be good, and then we will continue until you don't have any questions anymore. So I'm here at your services. So if you can hear me, that would be awesome if you can say something about that, but if not, then yeah, if I'm not, then if you can hear me, then I would appreciate some thoughts about that. If not, awesome. Okay, my name is Ewinningstrategy, Forex trader, economist, mentor for you guys, who is from my, who has both paid for my courses, but also some of you guys in Discord. We are going to go through some targets that's been hit already and entries. So, which pairs do you want us to cover today? Let me see if I can find chat. Say good evening. Awesome. Already 1 like. That's amazing. Okay, let's go through it. So for USD, Aussie USD, it's a bit interesting, I must say. It's a bit interesting. Similarly, hi, I'm new and I've been following you for the last 3 weeks. Oh, amazing. Shroom, there you are. Awesome. Welcome. And guitar, German, whatever you call yourself. I wanted to do Aussie first. Hi, Mia. So I just want to do Aussie first because this is the last resort resistance. This is the monthly sell price. So here it screams sell. But on the other hand, if it breaks above this one, there's nothing else to catch it, right? So I was about to abort the ship with Aussie USD on board. I have to be as honest as that, but when it looks like later on, it's like me and my emotions, but it definitely looked like a reversal, higher high, higher low, and then it kind of consolidated, and then it made a new low. Hasn't reached target yet, but that's that. Oh, it's Ben, awesome. Benny, that's awesome. Is there anybody who's totally new to my channel, who's never ever been here before? Or are we all just, we're all ourselves together today? Is there anybody who's totally new, never seen me before? This beautiful face, by the way. And then, yeah, so the update here is the sell trade is still active, and we are making lower lows and lower highs. And I had an entry, gosh, I think it's actually here, on the pullback here. Then that didn't happen. And then that's another entry here. And then we made a new low here. That's an entry, new low, that's an entry, new low, that's an entry. Until we then reach a target. And I'm going to, no newborns. All right, then we all know what we were talking about. Good. And I don't need to tell who I am. Good. Then we are, so this is going according to my plan F for fail. Because it was almost breaking above, but yeah, okay, fine. It has made a new low relative to that low, but it's still a range. It's not as good as pound dollar. Ta-da! Target, boom. Not even any target, but the most aggressive target. Very, very bearish. Now, that, guys, sets up a counter trend. Okay? I have not taken away these drawings because one out of two things will going to happen. One is it's just going to go lower, like straight low, or it will come back to 24.30 and then down again. When it reaches so early. Okay, has it ever reached early? Okay, here, for example. Is it early? So the week starts on 16. 16. That's Monday. That's Tuesday. So Wednesday, even then, it went all the way up here, okay? That's interesting, okay? And then here, as you can see behind my drawing tools, here it just touched. That's a Monday, okay? So there is definitely a risk to our positions. So if you want to take profit now, that's fairly enough. And if you then want to re-engage later on, that's fair enough. But we are definitely, as you can see maybe from a bigger picture without any drawing tools here, we've definitely made a new low. We are definitely now bearish. The second question you have to ask yourself is this support? Is 122 support? I believe so. But also this fall, once things start falling, it tends to fall. So right now I'm just trying to find something that is just the same as. Well, this is Brexit, by the way, though, so it just continues. So here we touched on Monday, and then we made lower, even though we didn't make a new high. We just had a range here. I believe you can see that. And then here we broke above like very fast, and then it went all the way down again. That's also Brexit. So I'm just showing you what I mean. Like, I don't take this out of the blue. And then this one made a new low, broke weekly, almost monthly, and then it went higher. So, but then the other one here broke below it. So the reason why I'm a bit, not only do I respect and understand my pivot points and all those things, but what we had last week, it was quite consolidative. So that would make the pivot points shrink. Okay. So that could be an explanation, but nevertheless, they should also be respected. So FOMO. So am I going to say that we should just exit and then hope for it to go up again? But hope is not a strategy. So I think that overall with my strategy that in the end, it pays off to hold, but it adds risk. So if you want profits, you can take it. That's fair enough. And if you have a second trade, just take one and just leave the other one running for another entry. Or take profit at, if it goes above again, 123.28. I think that's good. So which other pairs do you want me to cover? Those are the two things I want to cover, like basic, minimally. And then we can go to Euro and New Zealand if you want to do that. So come on, guys. Or we do USOIL. So first one to say a pair, I will do it. Okay, nobody said anything. Okay, we are all silent then. Euro yen, fine. Euro yen. Or maybe delay is so long. Then we have Euro-yen. Okay, good. Okay. What is happening here? First of all, Euro-yen didn't rise as all the other pairs. Okay, it was that shenanigan here. So it has less to move on, maybe, but this is kind of a bottom. But we have been lower before, but it seems like around this time that 1600 is really being defended. 1600 or 1650 is really defended. So if there is some kind of central bank behind it, I don't know. But it looks like to me there's a lot of orders coming in here because it doesn't really break below, even though we have risk in the market. And yeah, so, but I believe in the end maybe it could potentially break, though that it comes down so many times that kind of to me says that it will break. But if you look back, you know, you always have to look back. So that's the low of the financial crash in 2008. That's at 1538. Okay, that's around the same price. Okay, but we haven't fallen the same amount. Okay, so what happened to euro last time in 2008, and it's kind of happening this time around as well, is that they were very late, and that's what they've been suffering ever since. They were so late to put stimulus into the economy again, to boost it back up again, that it's just been, yeah, average ever since. It hasn't been very okay ever since, generally speaking. Like, it really struggles. And how do you, like, generally, how do you figure that out very fast, very quickly? Interest rate. The interest rate of the Eurozone before this thing was 0.5%. Negative 0.5%. They already have negative, so there's no room to lower down interest rates. That's already gone, that option. Now they need to do something else. So the Eurozone is already weak, already in a bad position before this coronavirus happening. Okay? Hey, pratik! So for Euro-Yen this week, going back to this week, is that the target is 1567. That could potentially be it. Euro is devastatingly moving little compared to pound today, which has fallen like, can you see that? You can almost not see that. Okay, fine. Negative 1.3%, and euro has fallen 0.17. 0.17 or 129, that is like, so not even 10% of what pound dollar. Euro USD has fallen less than 10% of what pound dollar has done. So yeah, okay, good. So what really is a pullback to me is really in a bearish trend, an entry, but we are not trending, so I will say leave it. And how do you say leave it? I would say something like that. So if it moves, okay, that was too bad placement. So if it moves, okay, fine. But right now I'm just giving up on Euro-Yen, basically. New Zealand yen was requested from Tudor. Okay. Then what are we looking at here? What do we want to see? What are we looking at? Okay, we have resistance from the month, which is what do I even want to see at resistance? A double top or triple top or whatever it is. New low. Pullback. Sell. Well, that was loud. Sorry. Sell. Okay, that's kind of what you do. Sorry, I was carried away. And then that's a sell. Okay, goes lower, new breaks it back, goes new low, pull back, sell. Comes back up again to the same sell, sell again. Double top, lower low, lower high. Today, sell. Target is 63.20 for the week, but I believe we are maybe retesting 60. Well, I believe 60. What is it? 62 for New Zealand yen. What else do you want to see there? Only that you lost. You have like 3 entries. I think I looked at now. And then what is the next one? What are you doing now then? What is your next move? Well, what's your retracement? Where do you want to see it retrace? Do you want to see it retrace 50%? That's a lot. It has already done 38. So maybe the retracement is already done of what you want to see happening. Okay? There's a difference between what happens and what you want to see. So to me, like, yeah, this is a good area to sell again. So if it goes a bit above again and then falls, like the 3-wave correction, is that what you call it? On a smaller time frame. So something like a real and deep waters. Something like that. Okay. Ish. That could happen. But this one hasn't reached the target yet for the week. So this one is still clear to move lower. And so Euro yen has not fallen into target. CAD yen has kind of not yet. CAD yen has reached target already. So that's 1-1. Euro yen has not, that's 2-1. New Zealand yen has not, that's 3-1. So most yen pairs has not reached target yet, so there's still more potential downside to it. So when do you want to enter? How do you want to see that happening? Something like that, or maybe it's your timing or of resistance, which becomes that zone or that zone ish. That's too high for me though. So yeah, so it looks like the price was already hit when I was at the grocery store. But yeah, and then you wait for a new low, and then you catch the pullback again. But now the lower you go, the more risk you are taking. So this is now the new area to sell again. Okay. And then I'm just going to take away all those things. I just saw that it was very messy. I have been complained about it. I'm too messy, so sorry. Take that away, take it away, take it away, take it away, take it away. Pound Swissy. Okay, we can do pound Swissy. So are you looking to like, are you guys mostly here to see what kind of new trades we can take? Or to analyze what has actually happened already? Yeah, so entry, let it go. And then I have that also going on. Okay, so that was a crossover here. If you do, I mean, once the price is really moving, you can also see it here. So if it follows this red one here, so it just went up to it on the 1 hour earlier today and still respects it. And that means like a bit more consolidation and falling maybe tomorrow morning. Okay. Pound Swissy. I actually wanted to do pound Swissy, and I was talking to Mr. Where are you now? I forgot your name, Shroom. So we're talking to Shroom yesterday, and I was looking at pound Swissy at that time, and I was like, why on earth didn't I do it? Because I saw it, I was like, that's a new low. So okay, just price here. That's a new low, that's a new low, both have pullbacks. And at the middle of the night, it just, no, it's actually in the middle of the night, it's actually 9 a.m. in the morning. Oh, you know, when you have the knowledge, you have the sight, you see it, you know it, you can feel it in your bones, but you don't take action. That's what I'm feeling right now. Is it FOMO? I don't know, but yeah. So please, what do you think the retracement should be before entering a new short? Okay, so then we just do price action, price. That's the area. This one is too high, so I'm not taking that into consideration. Yeah, that one. And when do you short it? Well, it all depends, but it seems like it's pulling back now. I'm not saying now it's a time, but it's pulling back now, so maybe before 9 a.m. tomorrow. Asian session doesn't really move this one. It could potentially if there's a lot of movement in the market, but yeah. So within the next few hours, now we have here before, I said that's the area. Now we hit before, yeah. Then I guess that. So I don't have an entry on pound Swissy, and you can see how much it fell, and then it needs a pullback. And pound yen we did. I have an entry somewhere. I have an entry here, and I have an entry here. I think it is. Yeah, somewhere here. Or is it here? Okay, so 2 entries up here. And that would make me, for one trade, I am 218 pips in profit each. What is here to, well, that was a good entry to sell again. Now it's a bit lower again. Do I want to see like an even more low? I kind of want to see this falling more, because then that doesn't set up the counter trend. But the counter trend is, is definitely, so plan B is definitely up here. So if you enter here in this area, you're like, okay, I have to have small loss, maybe 50 or 100 pips. But if it comes up here, you enter again, and that's kind of where you want it to sell if it ever comes up there. But that makes it more rangy, maybe, more than anything else. But once pound yen starts falling, we are really falling. So fundamentals for pound yen, euro, and USD. Okay, so I said in the beginning of the week, you know who did the Saturday video, I said I'm dollar bull, yen bull. That was within the first minute of the video. Okay, why? Because of the coronavirus. Okay, on most of, like Aussie, for example, was at 618 retracement of the major move ever since January. So once you have such a thing, technically, then that's a good place to start selling again. Also, you have the risk in the market. You have oil, who went to negative $37. Was it that? Was it that low? I'm not sure about that, but negative oil. And I wanted to talk about that as well. The thing is, people or traders believe there is a zero. When everything goes to zero, it's done. That's not happening. You can actually be paid to get goods. For example, it's potential for you to get money if you go to negative interest rates countries. They pay you, I think it is supposed to be, at least supposed to be, that they pay you for you to hold their currency. Okay, so for you to hold, then that's really, really important. And that's what's really driving the risk market today, right? It's really lagging apparently now. Computer is hot. So that's kind of what drives pound, makes pound weak, the risk sentiment, but also generally coronavirus, lockdown, and all those other reasons. You also have yen that makes it strong, Swissy gets strong, and dollar gets strong. And then pound in that essence becomes weak. But also pound, also Britain is also struggling at the moment. So it's double trouble for pound yen. Or for us, awesome. Yeah. So for pound yen, we have actually reached a target. And we have gone below the target apparently. So yeah, that's that. Maybe we'll have a pretty good pullback. So that's at least on the tables. But we have made a new low. We have pulled back to this one. And then we shall see what happens next. Euro pound was requested. Oh, I didn't see that one coming. That's interesting. Okay, that's interesting. Now you have a new high. Okay, so what do you do then? Well, I think I've said something about you need a new high above that one. Okay, then you need a pullback. It looks like euro is strong and pound is weak at the moment. That kind of okay. I don't know why euro is strong at the moment. It shouldn't be strong at the moment, but it's what it is. But maybe once they start doing more stimulus to the market, euro will fall. But apart from that, then this should be a good trade to buy. I can't remember what, well, I guess the target for the week is also crushed by now. So yeah, it's happy pipping all the way up, I guess, once you at least get it back down to here. But if it then breaks this high, then you can use that as support. Yeah. So you need it to come down again. Judy. But that's the development. They have been ranging for 3 weeks now. So that's a development. So I just want to explain what happened to oil. To oil, what happened was those who sells oil didn't find any buyer. That's how simple it was. So there was lack of liquidity, lack of buyers in the market. That's why oil fell the way it fell for the May contracts. Now you have to look at the June contracts and that kind of a price. And what you see right now in the brokers' accounts around here is that you see that you might have a different price than what actually Bloomberg tells you. But what the prices that the brokers give you at the moment, I believe, would be for the June contracts. Okay, so for you are now having tremendous risk because you're not playing the market right now on the major contract, which is day to day. Now you're playing a month ahead. So what do you think? Do you think that June will rise? Okay. And has it ever happened before? I listened in today and I have not the analysis, so I'm just re-saying it, is that it has happened before in Texas before, where they were producing so much oil so that if you produced any oil, you would be shot on the spot. And there is a possibility for the government, like counties, to go into the oil market and force them to stop producing oil, but generally it's a free market, so anyone. But of course, if you want to produce oil and sell with a loss, it's kind of up to the market. And I don't know, can't remember when it was, maybe in the 1900s or something, but I haven't done analysis. I haven't done that research. That's for somebody else. So negative oil prices has been something before. It's not new, but it's shocking to those who doesn't understand oil and doesn't understand risk and when it's the time to get out of a trade. EURUSD has been requested. Okay, so this market, as you can see, look at it in front of you, is very different from the pound-dollar market. Both are in Europe, but they're very different. Okay? Pound-dollar has a new low. Euro did just consolidate at the same time, has even made a new high. So for me in this market, I'm giving up on EURUSD. Now, so what I wanted to see was, okay, but it can still fall. Okay, it can still fall until it makes a new high. It can still fall, so it hasn't made a new high. But for it to range, what it did underneath the trade war last year, it was just ranging in a bigger range than this range. But EURUSD is supposed to fall during shaky times. Hi, Dan. I haven't seen you around before. Are you new to the channel? Please, if so, and if you have learned anything new today, anything at all in this video, then I would like you to click to, what do you call it? Smash that subscribe button and like button. So I just want to add USDCAD. So for EURUSD, we are neutral. Nothing has happened. No new low, no new high. Maybe something else will happen. Very disappointing, but it can make a new low. I don't know. We don't know the future. But this market tells me maybe get out because it's not a market condition I would be in. I think I've said that ever since here. For the past 2-3 days, I've said this is not a market conditions I would like to be in. And I have set my stop losses to break even now, just to make I don't care anymore. Do whatever you want. I'm going BE. I don't want to lose a coin on this one because it's just sideways. Okay. So USDCAD, I want to go to USDCAD as well. Now we have a target. A day late, so it wasn't instant, but yesterday it went lower to go higher. So that's the dollar strength. That's the weakness in CAD I wanted to see. So who was it? Was it you, Ben? Were you were on USDCAD? Did you buy it? Someone in my Discord channel bought it. Congratulations. You are amazing people. So that's the target. Done. And then are we going higher again? Well, since we now still, when the price is above, when price is above 41.50, which is now your new entry to buy, as long as we're above 41.50 and 41 and doesn't make a new low at 40, we are bullish. Okay? Then we understand that. So it's into resistance, but I believe if you just go down to 41.50, we're going to we're going up again. CAD yen was requested. We have made a new low. We have his target for yen, CAD yen. So this is a new entry to sell again around this price here. Don't be shocked if, since it's already taking profit on Tuesday, which is like red alert, red alert, red alert, red alert, red alert, red alert, red alert. it can still fall, but it can also have a greater pullback, back up to 76.40. Okay. Hi, I'm James. Not you? Okay. Well, somebody. But can't you just take the fame? So what's your next move on CAD yen? Well, in this area is where you want to sell. That's that's support turning resistance. Come on. That's support turning resistance. Plan A. Price comes back up here to 76.30. That's your plan B. I don't know which one will work, but it's up to the market to do and determine what it wants to do. Okay? But we hit target already. Congratulations to those who took this trade. I didn't. So, you're welcome. What else, people? So, this move here on CAD yen, Aussie yen, Euro yen, maybe not, New Zealand yen, I have been talking about it since, I think for a week now, before it happened today. I think I exited my EURUSD buy last week, and I saw that, this is actually turning into bearish as I was expecting. And I have been explaining to you why I was selling, when I was selling, and I've been giving you my entries after I sold. I hope you have taken advantage of that. I hope you have benefited from that. I hope you have learned something from that. Okay? I hope that you sit here and say, oh, that's amazing. And for that, I deserve a like. But that's actually the last time. So, we are just following the trend, and my hypothesis, theory, what I would do is, I think this will fall until end of April, beginning of May. When we are end of April, if we are low at the end, give it 30th of April, if that's a day. This is 31st. January, February, March, April. So 30th is the last day, so around 29th. If that's low, I would probably exit and then wait for the run and then sell it again on 1st. Now, I just told you my plan. Now you can come back to me and say, Ivan, you said, yes, I said that. You have to plan ahead. Today, you have to be ready for tomorrow's trade today, right now. The planning for tomorrow is happening today, right now. Right? When tomorrow clocks in 4 hours, you should be able, willing, and ready to execute your plan. Okay? And if you haven't planned, you have failed to plan. And if you don't have the patience to wait and plan, we have something to work on. You have the knowledge and an area of your trading you have to improve on. We all have patience. Some just has lack of patience or less of patience. For me to sit here totally without emotions about my trade, if you met me beginning of my career, I would be running around like a headless chicken and be cheering and be joyful. But right now you can see in emotions, right? That's where I want you to be. About your trading, but also when you make losses, such that you have a confidence in your trading system. Okay? And I know 10 times out of 10 times as a sell. That area. Once it had done that, I know that's. But if it's going to fall, I don't know. I can't tell you. Just as much as I was expecting EURUSD to fall all week, it hasn't in the way that I thought it would be. Okay? So we can only plan and let the market prove us wrong, and the market gives us profits or not. But that doesn't determine our strategy. It doesn't determine how we as traders behave, are, or has anything to do about your attributes. If you're kind, if you're skilled, if you're knowledgeable, if you are not so skilled or knowledgeable, generally about life, that you have no worth at all. Forex only tells you at one specific moment you have room to improve your knowledge. That's the takeaway. For every losing trade, you have room to improve your knowledge. This is where you need to improve. That's what the market tells you when you lose. Nothing else. Any other pairs I haven't covered yet? Or are we all sleeping today? New Zealand Swissy I mentioned, I think it's a couple of weeks ago when this happened. So that's 15th, that's 6 days ago, 1 week ago. I said that's your entry. And I said when price was there, that's your entry. Now made a new low. Now it pulls back. So that's what I mean. This is actually a perfect example. This is ahead of pound yen. Okay? So once you have a strong move, this is also a part of the equation that it can go all the way up again, then make a brand new top. You feel like it, but it's just pulled back to the same area. So this candle here is very important. That bottom, it can be tested twice. Once, twice. Then it selects again. And this time around, are we making a double bottom? I don't think so. I think this is just short term, and then it will sell again. Mima says, should we stick to UK session, US session, if we get signal on other sessions, we go ahead? Heard something about Asian sessions give wrong signal because of low volume. I sleep, and you also sleep during Asia session, Mima, and your trades would normally spike into profit or into loss. Like it moves around Euro, like London Open. Is that what you call it? London Open? So for you, that's like when the volatility comes back into the market. So you would be fine with trading the US and the UK session, London and New York. For each session, there is less volatility, yes, and that it's called fade, the fade trade. So going into a session, you trade the pullback before it resumes the trend again, right? So for New Zealand Swissy right now, we are having a pullback. So this is the pullback into Asia session. Asia session, and then makes it go sideways and then falls during Euro session. That's my analysis. I believe in what normally happens. All right. Gold has been requested by Judy Wangui. Sorry. Me and my English. No, it's actually Wangui. Okay. Okay. I said this one to sell this week, I guess. That was my dollar bull, yeah, that would be selling gold. So it has fallen. Congratulations. Some of you have made profit on that. And I said between 1701 and the price was just, sorry to say that, but it's just, it went into a high of 1702. I'm sorry. It was 1 pip drawdown. 1 pip drawdown. Sorry. My bad. Don't shoot me. So this is strong. So for this one to fall, yeah, okay, fine. We have dollar strength, but we also have gold strength. So once that day dollar gets weak, this one, I don't know who said that. It was like gold going to 1800 by next year. I definitely see that coming. Okay. So as you can see here, dollar weakness happened in this period here. And then it's supposed to be strong again, so it's fell down again. But we have risen. I don't know, can't even say it. Is it 2,000 points? 2,500 points. And without any larger pullbacks, and then it looks like it's sold off again, and then it risen. So, yeah, that's kind of what happened. So what am I? I don't know. It's too strong against too strong. It's a difficult one for me fundamentally. Technically, it's bullish, but you have to wait for dollar to be weak for that to happen. Okay, and how do you figure out dollar is weak? Okay, you go to Aussie USD, Euro USD, Pound USD, USDCAD, New Zealand USD, and look at, is dollar moving the market of those ones or not? For example, very quickly. So, and for my belief right now, dollar is strong, or today dollar was strong. So that's why gold fell. So I wouldn't trade gold up today. And technical analysis says once you get a new high, if you get a new high here, then a pullback back to 1701, that's when you can start buying again. Until that time, you can do nothing about it. There's nothing to do for you to do in this market right now. Then I have said something about second touch. This trend line hasn't been touched yet. So for this thing to happen, it's also on the table for sellers. A second move up again. I'm not saying it happened now. I can do this before falling again, like New Zealand Swissy, right? So right now we are like, yeah, we are in the middle. We are fighting who will win the week. So far, the bulls or bears of gold USD has won. Anything about that? Anything else? Well, before I started looking into gold, really, I thought that gold will go up when everything is risky. But it's actually gold going up because USD is weak. Okay. Kasim, please. Gold, can you see here? This price is in USD. Okay. And it's gold, spot gold against this is ounce, and this is USS dollar. So this is USS dollar against the gold. So dollar is in this pair. So yes, it is run, driven, and correlated with dollar because dollar is in this pair. Yeah. But also, yeah, and also gold is it traded mostly in dollar? For that reason as well. or people tend to coming from dollar, or yeah. So that's why it's correlated with USD. It's because it's in the pair. It's like pound dollar, right? But this is pound gold. No, US dollar, USD gold. Sorry guys about that. USD Swissy, I want this to go higher and high and high and high and high and high. Didn't happen. Break even. Got out. Cheers, mate. So this is what I mean, like in the contrast of pound. So today, at some point during the day, I said, like, somebody wanted me to do my thoughts on USD yen. Fair. I'm not bashing on it, I'm just explaining it. On that time, the USD yen had moved 50 pips on the day. Like high and low of the day, like the range of the day was 50 pips. In the same period, pound dollar had moved 170 pips. No, pound yen, 170 pips. So which one do you choose of those two yen pairs? USD yen has done 50, or pound yen who has done 170? Right? So for you as a trader, you are the one to choose the best setups, the best possible setups every single time. And to me, a mediocre trade that you set up every single time doesn't sound to me that you are going to have amazing profits, which the market may give you, if you just choose pound yen. So for you as a trader is not to find Mike Tyson boxing against Mike Tyson. For you is not to find a Lamborghini racing against a Ferrari. That's not your, that's what dollar, no, USD and yen is. Two are strong, very competitive. The two world's biggest economies, you're trading them against them. Instead, if you take a Lamborghini against, yeah, that's what Hyundai gets, Lada, small Peugeot, or nothing wrong with but Volvo, but if you take the smallest car, like those boxes, and you race it against the Lamborghini, you know who wins. So for me, Aussie yen, Aussie goes down on the risk, yen goes up on risk, which makes the pair fall like a ton of bricks. Same with pound. Pound goes down on risk, and yen goes up on risk. They fall. So that's what you would do. And Kasim, I don't know what you mean by and what about Japanese yen? If gold is correlated with yen, I would say so in a way. All three of them get strong at the same time during the same market conditions. So yeah. So yeah, okay. Yen is strong today. Dollar is strong today. And if we look at, what is it today? Today, okay. So what is, let's see today. So that's the give or take the open. That's current prices, 13 pips. You have made 13 pips buying dollar yen. Sounds amazing profits. And setup, if you're a bear, you made a new low, but it came back above that. So it's just a range, I would say then. That's a range. So nothing really. Buy the bottom and sell the top. There's no trend here. So for you to be trading this one, I would say stay away. Terrain trader, fundamentally, technically, yeah. Nothing puts me more off than sideways movements. Consolidation, or somebody calls it accumulation, or whatever it is. But yeah, nothing more puts me off than that. Aussie Swissy would also be a contender to sell. Okay? I haven't looked at this one before. So that's where you would sell it. Never came, never came, never came. Came here, but it went above it. So that would be on a 4 hour. It's a double top then. On the 4 hour. Then, what do you do then? Then you will need a new low before selling that low. But in between here, of it never going above this high, it has made a better reversal pattern this time around. Okay? New low, pullback, sell. New low, pullback, sell. New low, pullback, sell. That was easy. You can also see in here that you have some kind of reversal, new low, pullback, sell. So if you have an entry here, I'm not blaming you for that. That's standard procedure. But it went a bit higher again. But how much loss did you incur? 14 pips. Definitely okay. Because your stop loss was above here. Your stop loss was 50 pips. So for you, you could have made money here. Because Aussie falls, Swissy rises-ish on the same news, the same risk, the same market condition, which we are in right now. Any other questions, people? My good, loving people that we are here for to serve. I'm here to serve you. I answer questions from you. If not, I need to eat dinner. I made dinner for everybody else, and I came here to serve you instead. So, any other questions? And what else do I want to pass along? Okay, so we have some moves on yen. We have some moves on dollar. Some doesn't work, some does. So pound dollar moved very quickly, very far. Euro dollar didn't fall at all in the same sense, okay? That's why I've said when you have dollar as your currency to become an expert in, you have a wide range of 4 to 5 to 6 to 7 pairs to trade from. But maybe 2 or 3 or 4 of them will actually do what you wanted to do. Like I was considering Aussie to be so strong yesterday that it will most likely not fall today, but it fell anyways. So for me, that's surprising, by the way. But yeah, still. Okay? So then I would look at pound. That was still coming down, down, down. Then I would say pound is a better currency to trade with my bias at the moment of selling it. Okay? So that's kind of part of history of where you have some small losses on those who didn't go, and then the other ones who goes, they go. People are saying, thanks buddy, you're a legend. Then I say, you guys are amazing. I say, thank you guys for joining. I say, I have tried my best to give you some insights of the market. I've tried to give you some rules of thumb. You need a pullback to sell in a downtrend. You need resistance, support turning resistance to sell in a downtrend. You don't want to sell too low. Some of these pairs has taken profit. That adds risk to your trading. But we don't know the future. So what might happen in the future? We don't know. Tomorrow. Any forecast on silver? That's the last question today. Pratik. Sell. Since it's made a new low, sell at 15. Or sell at current, where that high is, at 1480. Okay? So this is what you need to do once that price is falling. That's what you need to do as a trader. I'm late now because already has happened. Okay? And is this one going to fall? I don't know. But that's where you are plan A in a good position. That's is your plan B in a good position. And then you have stop loss above here, and down here you maybe have stop loss up here. So you have maybe one working in the end with some loss here, but B worked out. Okay, good. But in the end you make profits. I don't want anyone who. So we made a rule today in the Discord channel. We made a rule. Anyone remember the rule of oil? When, okay, when US dollar is stable, okay, when the US oil is stable above $20, then we can think about, no, and then it needs to be in a bullish trend, then we can think about buying it. So you need a whole range of conditions. If you heard all the conditions, when US oil is stable in a bullish trend above $20, then you can think about it. I'm not saying you should enter them, but you can think about it. You need price action for it. You need to be like this. Up, down, buy. Up, down, buy. But now it's everywhere. Then you can't buy it everywhere. And by the way, if you think that 0 is the bottom, no, it's not. It's proven it's not the bottom. And you know what? There is a June contract coming in as well at some point. This might happen again in June. Why do you buy it now if it can happen again in June? The possibility is there. You need to adjust your risk for your possibilities. And also, by the way, this isn't a normal market in a normal standard operating procedure. This doesn't happen a lot. Has it ever happened in your lifetime? Not mine. That is negative VTI price. I haven't had that in my lifetime. So for us, it's new territory. We as traders trade when we have known market, in a market we have proven track record from. Do you have proven track record from negative VTI prices? If so, I would love to see it. Okay? And past performance is not indicative of future performance. Might make me not make a lot of money in US oil, but for me, mentally, it gives me peace that I don't lose money because I thought that it might rise, it should rise, and at some point it can rise. That doesn't sound like a repeatable process that we do again, and again. Okay? I am done. Thank you guys for joining. I'm so hungry, and I stayed up with you now. I hope you give me some likes. I hope you give me some subscriptions. I hope that you join my Discord channel so I can help you even more. I think the next live will be on Friday when we go through all these shenanigans